Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liv Cruzette. Welcome to my channel if you're new. It's only my second video, so you could be brand new to it. So bear with me as well since it's my second one if I'm not quite a pro yet, but you know, again, we'll get there. We'll get there. If I continue this, if you guys are enjoying it, again, you have to tell me if you're enjoying it because I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. I'm hoping to do this to share more content, but also to talk to other people who are experiencing this and hear about their experiences and to learn more about it. I think, the more people out there talking about their experiences makes other people feel more comfortable to talk about theirs. So I'm hoping to make you all feel more comfortable to talk about your experiences as well. But in this video, I want to get to the point. I want to actually talk about some of the reasons why you may not be able to astral project. And I think I talked about a few in my first video, but I didn't quite dig into them. And I'll repeat those again just in case you didn't see that video. And I think the first one is you think it's really easy because all the YouTubers out there talk about how easy it is. I don't know why they talk about how easy it is because again, it's not easy. You have to be in a lot of the right mindsets in a lot of different ways. And I want to talk about those. So some of the ones I mentioned were just like not being in the right place in your spiritual journey. So, maybe you're doing it just so you can astral project, and that's not the right reason to do it. I think, you have to be in far enough in your spiritual journey that, you're actually doing this to learn more about like why you're on this planet, why you're living this human experience. I think you have to realize even before this happens, that you are a soul being. At least for me, I think that's my opinion. And so I think you have to be already seeking meditation and, I think also becoming the right frequency to experience these things. Because a lot of people talk about that, right? That it's all about frequencies and you might not be quite tuned into the right frequency yet to actually allow yourself to experience these multidimensional experiences, which astral projecting is a multidimensional experience. So, one is not being in the right place in your spiritual journey. Two is thinking it's easy and, giving up because you're not able to do it after trying 2 times. It took me 3 years of trying and over 3 years of being on a very intense spiritual journey. I think another reason is, I think I said this as well, pushing too hard. I think one reason why I wasn't able to do it, and something that started happening right before my first astral projection experience, is I stopped smoking weed. I hate to say it, because I love weed, I really do. And I was sorry mom if you're watching this, I was a daily user. I smoked weed every day. It was something that helped me a lot with my depression and anxiety, and at least it was a natural form of medication rather than putting myself on antidepressants, because that was kind of my way of doing it. But I think that was really preventing me from being able to fully tune into the frequency and fully tune into my spiritual being and my higher self. And I think that that's a huge factor. So I think if you're smoking weed, I think probably sure it includes any drugs, so maybe even prescription drugs as well. I'm not saying get off your prescription drugs, I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying that. But I also think, other drugs, recreational drugs, as well as I think alcohol. I think alcohol puts a huge barrier into your spiritual journey because I think, it's not something that is conducive to your spiritual journey. If you really think about it, when has alcohol ever been something conducive to your spiritual journey? You usually do something dumb with alcohol, or maybe it is just fun, but it's not something that is expanding your consciousness. And I think you have to get rid of some of those things before you're able to connect fully to your higher self. So I think that that's another one, is just drugs, alcohol, weed, even though it's natural. I'm still, going to do it recreationally occasionally. So I'm not saying, completely quit, because I'm not, but I think that those were things that were preventing me from doing it. And in my experience, that was the case. So I wanted to share that with you. I also think excitement. So I think, if you do ever get to the vibrational state, which I had gotten to, every time I would get so excited because I was like, oh my God, my body is vibrating, I'm getting close. Like I can start hearing the, the sound everyone talks about where it's like, it's kind of like a jet engine, like right by your ears. It's just like, see if I can find a real sound effect for that and not my mouth because it wasn't great. But yeah, I think you get too excited when you get to that place, and it's hard to kind of get over that initial excitement and allow yourself to just be in it and allow yourself to kind of succumb to the experience. So I think that's part of it. I also think a big one, is fear. And I think fear comes from a lot of different things. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I grew up in a Christian household, and I thought, a lot of these things were demonic and evil, and I thought my, psychic abilities as a child was demonic and evil, just because of being raised Christian and, hearing that psychics are, you don't want to go to a psychic because that's very demonic, and meditating was very demonic as well. And I think that creates a lot of fear. You know, a lot of religions are fear-based, and that is how religions are able to, in a way, control you. And so I think fear from religion, and I think also fear from the unknown, can really prevent you from experiencing these, because, you know, your spirit guides and your higher self isn't going to allow you to have this experience until you're really truly ready and not going to be afraid of it, because that's not what we want. We don't want you to be afraid of this experience. We want you to realize that you are a soul body, and you know, you're much more than your physical body. And I think if you have a fear and you're holding to a lot of the physical world, that you're going to prevent yourself also from having these experiences. So I think that's another big, huge reason. You know, if you're afraid of what spirits you're going to encounter, etc., I think that can really prevent you. And something that I do now when I am attempting to astral project, or even before I go to bed, knowing I'm listening to binaural beats in case it happens accidentally, is I always put out, I only want to experience light beings, I only want to experience light experiences, and I want to go to higher dimensions, or this dimension rather than lower vibrational dimensions. Because I don't know if any of you are a fan of Robert Monroe. I've read a couple of his books, and you know, he talks about locale 1, locale 2, I forget which one's which now. I think there maybe is even a third. One's like the here now, where we are now in this current world, so you can astral project in the world that we're in. So you could go and, you know, fly over the world and fly to the pyramids of Giza, or you could be in a different dimension. I think when I was doing it, I think I got into a different dimension. I'm not quite sure, because I hadn't been saying that mantra before my first astral projection. I'm not sure if it was a lower vibrational. It didn't feel like it, but like I said, I did get scared a few times in it. And if you haven't watched that, I'll link to the video, but it's the only other one on my channel right now. So yeah, I think that's also part of it is fear. But if you do have that, like I said, I think, you know, something I even learned from an early age when I had what I thought was demonic experiences. Now I question if it was evil spirits or if it was just like, you know, past relatives or spirit guides trying to communicate with me. Nothing bad ever happened. But one thing that I really learned is if you say, I do not allow you to do anything to me, I do not allow you to communicate with me, it won't. You have the power to say that. So just know that as you're going through these experiences. And, you know, I think for a while I would watch YouTube videos and see people talk about their experiences with reptilians and all this scary shit, and it used to freak me the hell out. And I think that was another reason why I was not able to astral project, because I was like, oh my God, I don't experience evil spirits. And Robert Monroe even talks about those in his book as well. You have to like know and learn that you have the power to deny that and say, like, you cannot affect me. I will not experience you. And they will leave you alone and have to leave you alone, because that's the laws of the universe. So really realize that, take that in, and don't let that don't let that fill you with fear. I mean, again, fear is just such a powerful tactic, and you know, that's what those spirits want you to feel. So know that you have power over them, and know that if you do have these experiences, just say, I only want to deal with light beings, I only want to go to higher dimensions. Set that intention, and the universe listens, and you have the power. Like, you have that power. So just realize that. But those are the reasons why I think, you know, some of you may be having a difficult time astral projecting, and I hope this helps. I hope this gives you encouragement and inspiration to still try and, you know, maybe let go a little bit so you can allow yourself to experience it, but, you know, not fully give up on trying to have this experience, because I think, you know, people make it seem a lot easier on YouTube than it really is. And, you know, they're probably just on a much deeper part of their spiritual journey than a lot of us are, or I don't know why people say it's so easy. Maybe because it makes people watch their videos like, oh, easiest way to astral project, you can astral project tonight. It's probably not gonna happen, okay? Just realize that it is a journey, and it will happen when you're ready for it to happen, and when you have eliminated all these factors in your life and you're in the right mind space and spiritual place to let it happen. So just keep that in mind. I just want you guys to remember that. Do not give up, and keep going and keep trying. And I hope this video helps, and I hope this video inspires you, and I hope, you know, you guys enjoy this. Like I said, leave me comments, tell me something else you guys would like to learn about or talk about, because, you know, there's a lot of interests I have outside of the spiritual and occult type things. So I'm happy to talk about other things as well. But, you know, let me know what you guys are interested in. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys soon.